Hello and welcome to the Inspiration Nation team call. For everybody, we do a team call when everybody needs a little bit of assistance. And Melody had put out a little while ago that, what are some of your struggles? So that is what we're talking about today. Time management, consistency, passion, a whole bunch of things. So for anybody that doesn't know Melody, reach out to her. She is amazing. If you're watching the replay, reach out to her. She is amazing. She loves to have a chat with everybody and help out wherever needed. So without further ado, here is Melody.
Yay. Thank you so much, Janessa. You bring so much energy and positivity to my each and every day. I absolutely love it. Thank you guys for joining us and sharing some of your time, your precious time with us today. Hi, Valerie. It's good to see you on here too. Hi, Toby. Today, I did want to talk about a few of the things that people have been reaching out to me and saying, okay, well, I have a problem with this, and I would love for you guys to learn how to reword that statement, just because our words are so powerful. So maybe if we said, instead of I have a problem with consistency, if we could say something like, I'm really working on being better with consistency, or I'm learning, or do you have any tools to help me with consistency? So first of all, I do want to talk about consistency. Somebody had put that out there. And bottom line, I'm just going to be perfectly honest with you guys. If you're not able to be consistent in something that you're doing to build your future, to build your business, then you really have to reanalyze. It's like, why are you doing this? Why are you working on your personal growth? Why are you going through some of the training material? Why are you working on your mindset? Right? Because I know, and I've shared before, and Janessa, I hope you don't mind if I share again, but Janessa, her consistency really struggled because she wasn't going for what she was really passionate about. Right? She wasn't working towards what she was truly passionate about. But when we finally identified that, hey, she's passionate about animals and dog training and search and rescue animals, and she knew that everything she was doing and everything that she was learning was helping her get closer to fulfill that dream for her, then her consistency didn't, go like a roller coaster and up and down. She's more excited all the time. She's more engaged. She's every day. She's consistent in doing something that's going to help her in the field that she's passionate about. So my advice to you is really, if you're having a problem with consistency, then let's maybe chat and reevaluate why you're doing what you're doing. Now, I know a lot of people are very, very consistent, and I have to just pat Patricia on the back here because she's probably one of the most consistent people I know. I'm so proud of you, Patricia. Patricia is like the perfect student. You tell her.
Don't say that. They're going to hate me after this.
No, you totally deserve this, Patricia. And I'm so impressed by your consistency. But I know that there are other things that might kind of keep you from moving forward as much.
Yes.
Would you mind sharing one of those things?
I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't have a problem edifying you, for example, but I have a problem getting people to make introductions. Yeah, I'm the worst in that. I'm the worst. That's the truth. I mean, I know which things I'm not good at, and that is one of them.
So would it be fair to say, Patricia, when we don't feel like we are skilled at a certain thing, like maybe edifying and introducing or promoting, or like Robert says, if we can edify and promote, we can do anything. We can do any business successfully.
Yes.
So when we feel like we're lacking in the skills of a certain something, then we tend to put that off.
Yes.
And not do it. And we do all these other avoidance behaviors. And I can say that because I do it.
Yeah, it's true. I do it.
Right. So that would be the last thing that I would do on my schedule. So if we can really learn to, and we're going to talk a little bit about this later when we talk about time management, but when we can learn to put those things first in our day, then it's when we get to where we feel the biggest accomplishment.
Can I say something? I'm sorry.
Sure, go ahead.
In my case, I'm doing the accountability course for the third time.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to do it because of the edifying thing and the intros that I'm not good at. But the thing is, I gave a priority to the course that I'm doing. So that's the reason why I don't talk too much to people. That is one of the reasons.
Right. But as we all know, if we're not building rapport with people, and I know that course that you're doing is an incredible task, and it's going to be like nothing else out there. And I know this because I've tried to find something out there like this. So I know what you're producing is incredible. I've seen it. I'm so proud of you. And I know it's very time consuming.
Yes.
However, if we're not building rapport with people and we're not making connections and we're not growing our following, then it doesn't matter how great our products are. It doesn't matter how great our services are and what we have to offer, because we're going to have nobody to share them with. Nobody's going to purchase them. So even though it's easier to say, okay, I'm really going to focus just on my theories right now, bottom line is you're going to have people that are going to be interested in that. That's why learning how to connect with people and all of that. And Patricia, you and I have talked about this before, and I truly believe that you're having the same thing that happened to me happen to you, is I was reaching the wrong people.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So when we can learn to start finding the right people and learn to attract those right people to us, then that's gold. That's absolutely gold when that happens. So, that's what I really want you to, I know you're so close to launching this and you're doing such a great job. I'm so proud of you. But before you go into creating a new series, I would like for you to complete learning your skills on edification, because that's one consistent thing that we've had a problem with, right? That that we have avoided during this time. So I know once we get that, you're down. You've got it all down. You've got all the pieces of the puzzle put together, and it's going to be phenomenal. But we need to work on that. So thank you so much for sharing. Another thing we were talking about is belief. Some people said they had a problem with belief or limiting beliefs. Anybody here ever have a problem with limiting beliefs? Yeah, I do. But when you can get to a point, like I was sharing with Ola earlier, get to a point where your confidence level builds so well that those limiting beliefs, your mindset starts to change, and those limiting beliefs start peeling away like the layers of an onion. And you find yourself stronger and feeling more confident and feeling like you just have all the confidence you need to share something of value with somebody. That's when it becomes incredible to see when your mindset changes, how you grow and how some of those limiting beliefs start falling away. Doesn't mean they go away forever. No way. I'm sorry. It gets easier. I promise you it does get easier. It really does. I think I was trying to think about when I started doing calls like this on my own. And it's been a couple of years, but I'll tell you, it's still hard. But I make myself do it. And you know what? I grow every single time. And Robert kept reminding me, you're not doing it for you. You're doing it for others to help others be able to identify with some of the struggles that I've gone through and to encourage them and give them the proper tools to be able to get past those things. So here I am again. I'm going to continue to do these calls as long as people still need it, and as long as I can hopefully provide value to you guys to help you grow and get to your desired destinations. What's your desired destinations? You guys know what those are? I know Craig is pretty much there. He's living in his destination. I'm so happy and proud of him. So can't wait to come see The Wizard of Oz. Cannot wait. So another thing somebody mentioned was confusion. Anybody ever felt confused about what they were doing or why? I think, Valerie, you were the one that said confusion, correct? So if you wouldn't mind, if you would come out and share with us, what do you feel confused about?
Well, right at this time in my life, I have a lot of opportunities that are presenting themselves to me. A lot. It's almost like the more I grow, the more these opportunities come in. And I know that it sounds like a really high quality problem, right? Yeah. But, and I think almost all of you, are in the 6-figure masters. So I posted in there this morning that, or I talked yesterday on that call about Robert's version of Science of Getting Rich, and how, oh my gosh, that I've never listened to it before. And so I've studied Science of Getting Rich before, but never Robert's, his analysis of it. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cold. So I've been going and going and going and going and going. So anyway, today I listened to number 11 and it was like, yeah, why I haven't really found a lot of success, because I'm listening to you talk to Janessa. I feel like, Melody, that I haven't been true to my heart in finding my vehicle and really what my mission is until just really, really recently. So now, but how it's a long way off. It feels like a long way off because I don't know how to even do it. And so I'm trying not to get lost in all of that and just take the baby steps day to day. But in the meantime, knowing I've got to pay the bills and keep food on the table. And so I have to work a job. And then there's other jobs are presenting themselves, and this, and then this opportunity, and this, and this. So that's the confusion. There you go. So very open to
Okay, so I have one question for you, Valerie.
Yes.
So is your ultimate dream to work a job?
No.
So I am remembering a friend of mine who started to have success in a network marketing company. And they thought it was really, really great. And it was. I was really excited for them. They were excited. But then all of a sudden, other leaders and other network marketing companies started, of course, pitching their opportunity. An opportunity kept coming and coming and coming, and each opportunity got better than the next, they thought. And they kept bouncing around, and they became one of those not doing things because they loved where they were, because they loved and they had passion for what they were sharing and believed in it, but because the shiny thing got shinier every time. And so they kept bouncing, and then they never really completed anything, because then there was always something else that would distract them and get them to look over here and then look over here. And they kept going from place to place. And then that's what I asked them, because they said to me in the very beginning that they wanted to build their own thing. That the network marketing thing that they were doing was just a vehicle to increase, their money, right? Squirrel, Toby. It was just to increase the income for the family so they can work on building their own thing. But he totally forgot that was his desired destination. And so now he kept getting it in this vehicle, and then he'd go over here and get into this vehicle and go down the road, and then he'd go over here to this vehicle, and he was not getting what he really, really wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I see this all too often with people, and I know, Craig, being from the network marketing field, you've seen it as well. So if we can just plug into our core desire what it is that we want to do, yes, you have to pay your bills. I would never tell anybody, hey, stop working and just work on your dream full time. Never. You have to be responsible. You have a family. You have to pay your bills. But while you're paying your bills, keep working on your dream. And everything you do in each and every day should be building towards what it is that you truly want. So if all of these opportunities that come to you are going to keep you busy here, busy there, and eat up all of your time in your life to where it makes you feel overwhelmed and you have no time to build what it is that you truly want, then I would highly advise for you to rethink before you jump at opportunities, because, and I don't know if it's a woman thing. I'm sorry if it is, but we kind of get caught up, and it's more of my women friends that tell me they're overwhelmed because they've got so much on their plates, and they feel like they're responsible for so many things. But how many of those things do we put in our lives that don't need to be there, that aren't helping us build towards what it is that we want to achieve?
Mm-hmm.
So if you can just maybe use that clarity, that was another thing we were going to talk about, but really we need to have that clarity of what it is that we want and what it is we can do each and every day to get us to what we want. And if we're not doing something every day to get there, then to rethink what we're doing. Prioritize those things in your life that will help you. And it will get rid of a lot of the confusion. And a lot of the times, confusion comes because we don't look at the opportunity as the opportunity, but like what we might gain from that opportunity. The promise of this much money if you come and do this. And that's a hard thing not to look at, because when we're looking at that, we're not seeing what's really going to happen with some of those opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to fulfill me? Am I passionate about this? Is this what I want to spend my time talking about and doing? What am I willing to sacrifice for this? Is it worth it? So hopefully if you think about those things, it will help rid some of that confusion and really throw some clarity on some of that for you. Was that helpful?
It was, yes. And I do feel like that really, truly, thank you so much, Melody. You're so good. You're very, very helpful. And I do feel like that listening to The Science of Getting Rich, listening to that over and over and over and over and over again is really helping me. And then listening to Robert's analysis of it, breaking it down, is helping me because, I am good at saying no to things that I don't feel like are true to me. I feel like that the network marketing business that I was really, how Toby found me. So that's a blessing. There you go. If nothing else, it brought Toby and I together. But that was what it was all about. It was all about the next rank advancement, the next this, the next that. And that is why it just never, I couldn't find success. And I know now why, because I can't do anything that doesn't come from my heart. I cannot. And I will not be successful in it. It's the craziest thing. So when I say that other opportunities are presenting themselves to me, they're not even network marketing company opportunities. It's like the things that I was already doing are getting really busy and successful. For instance, I have a massage therapy business, which is basically how I'm paying the bills right now. I also, and that is just going crazy. And then I also teach yoga, and that is going crazy. And then I was offered a job, which I am taking, to teach yoga full time at a high school in the fall. Now, the reason I'm taking it is because I'm able to put together curriculum that is exactly, so by doing Robert's courses and putting this curriculum together, I'm doing both at the same time. So does that make sense? I mean, however, it's just the busyness, and I know exactly what you're saying, Melody, because it's almost like we wear it like a badge. I am so busy and important. Like, it's a sign of importance, right? If you are so busy. Thank you, Craig. So I think that is why I am here, because you guys are really, you're the only ones that are holding me going just the next step. And it's okay to go at your own pace, and it's okay to do this because, and to come from your heart. This is the only business training I'm in that says come from your heart. So I don't know if it clarifies it all. But if I say confusion, it's because I don't want to be back into that. It's so easy to turn everything into a checklist of a job and to get really, okay, I'm busy and this, and I can multitask and do all these things all at once. And then I get back into that space that I'm not coming from my heart. And so to find this groove, I don't even know if any of this is making sense, to find this groove of my business, it's going to be mine because it's coming from me and it's coming from my heart, but not for the first time in my life. I don't want it to be my job. So I'm like walking in new territory, trying to walk that tightrope between those two. Okay. Does that make sense at all?
It does. It totally makes sense. And Valerie, this is one of the things that kind of happened to me, because my whole thing was I loved helping people. I loved coaching people. I loved mentoring people. And then I got to that point where I was doing that all the time, every day, all day long, every 30 minutes, every hour, whatever it was that they scheduled with me. That was what I did. And I think I might have shared this before. I started wearing my Fitbit, and I realized that I was not moving all day long. There were very minimal steps. It was probably to the bathroom and back, to the kitchen, to the dog, taking the dog out and back. That was it. This is what I was doing. And I almost became, even though I loved doing what I was doing and I loved helping other people getting results, but it was almost like I became a prisoner to it. And that's why I love what Robert is showing us with the Six-Figure Marketer, because now I can take all of those hours I was spending every month, break it down to 12 hours a month, and still be doing what I love to do, be able to have no income cap, because before it was like private, going to the group format like I had done. And now I get to take off and go spend time with the family when they need me, or when I want to go share, or when they want to come and visit. I can do that now, because I got to the point where I couldn't do that anymore. But I didn't want to disappoint anybody and say, well, sorry, I'm all booked. I got to take a me day. So if you can use what Robert is teaching in the Six-Figure Marketer, and if you guys don't know what that is, definitely check it out. Or reach out to us and we'll share that with you. But he is showing us how we can put things on automatic pilot. So it's just going out there and freeing up our time, but still being able to do what we love to do and get the results for the people and help people that we want to help, that really want to be helped. That was a key word for me. That want to be helped, because I was helping a lot of people, spending a lot of time with people that had no desire to do anything to change the situations that they were in. They weren't willing to participate in their own rescue. So when you can have somebody come to you and say, hey, this is what I need, will you help me? And they're willing to do what you show them, help you, then you're golden. You're golden. And if you can have that time to spend with your family, to be a mom, to be a wife, to do the things, pursue the things that excite you. It doesn't matter how many opportunities and how much money we have. If we can't take the time to spend it doing what we love to do, then what is it all worth? Nothing. Right. Nothing. So thank you so much for sharing. And I hope that touched a little bit on the confusion, but also the clarity side of that. And again, with clarity, we have to really identify what it is that we want. I just asked a friend of mine, and I just said, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they were laughing because they're 72 years old. He's like, you know what? Nobody ever asked me that. So that led into a very interesting conversation and a lot of hope, and inspired him to be able to really look at his life and be able to spend the rest of his life doing what he loves to do. That's just priceless to me. So another topic I want to talk about is time management. Because I hear every day, I have no time, time is always against me, I'm always late, I have more things to do than I have time. And when I hear these statements, I get it. I was a mom, got it. I had to take care of the house and do all of these things. But when I hear this, it really makes me think, I'm not willing to make the time for some of these things that I want to accomplish. Because when we really want to do something, we make the time to do it, right? So if we really believe in what we want to do and what we want to achieve, we've got to prioritize things in our lives that are important to us, important to achieving the results in those desired areas. So really be careful of what you say you have no time for. How many things do we put on our plate that we cannot consume everything? We're not Superman. We're not Superwomen. Really, we all have the same amount of time in our day. So what it comes down to is this a priority for me? And yet many of us have other things that we have to learn and earn an income from. But we still have to do the other responsibilities in our life, like cooking dinner, taking care of the children, driving them to school, soccer practice, laundry. It gets to the point where even just breathing becomes a task. So this is why we really have to learn to manage the time that we have. One of the tools that I've done with people is really had people write down what it is that they do in their day. Robert made me do this for 48 hours. I wrote down everything I spent time on in my day. Everything. But when you do this, if you're not being honest, then, it's not going to help you. So if you can write down everything for over the next 48 hours, and it is a task, it takes more time to do this than not, but if we can identify some of those things, in most cases, I will say 99.9% of the things that people have sent me, I've been able to identify blocks of time that they had to start putting towards fulfilling their dreams, working towards their goals. So time management is really, really big. And I want to kind of give you a few tips on this and what I do to really help me. I use technology to keep me on track. I'll tell you, I always schedule my time for tomorrow by tonight. So when I go to bed at night, I know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I'm not going to wake up, or it's not going to keep me awake thinking about what do I have to do tomorrow. I have blocks of time in my schedule throughout the day, every 30 to 60 minutes, that I put in there, and I know what that time is for. If it's for a one-on-one with somebody, if it's for a call like this, I put everything in my calendar. My clock on my phone will remind me. You can also use Google Calendar. It will send you a message and keep you on track. Because it really gets to where there's a blurred line between family and working at home for ourselves. You understand? So to be able to keep us on track and really set time aside to do the things that you need to do. One of the things that I do is I will shut down for an hour every day. I'll shut off Facebook. I'll shut off my phone. I'll shut off everything and just work on the activities that I know that I need to do. Prospecting with new people, connecting with new people, building relationships, following up on people that are interested in what I have to offer, inviting people, edifying people, doing videos or Facebook Lives. If you shut everything off so you don't have those distractions, you're going to stay on track to be able to do that. Or set a time to shut everything off so you can do your personal development. Your hour of reading or whatever it is that you do, that's essential for your own personal growth. So let's see. And then another thing is to do a breakdown list. Really, like I said, put things in blocks of 30 minutes. Keep yourself on track. Another thing that I do is those 30-minute increments, but it keeps you from wandering into doing something else that you shouldn't be doing. So if you can use your technology to keep you on track, that would be great. And you can set it up one time and it'll go repeat every single day. It's very easy to do. Also, have a list of finished tasks that you've done, not just tasks that you need to do, but as you complete things, I found it's very, it helps me be more productive when I have a list of things that I've crossed off, that I've completed. Because as those unfinished tasks have, they produce like that feeling of being overwhelmed or unfinished, unaccomplished. Those things kind of stick in our head, but when we can counteract those things with the things that we actually accomplish, that will help keep us motivated and inspire you to go to and continue to do the things that are going to help you be successful. Another time management tip would be, this is something somebody shared with me, and I thought it was very interesting. And especially moms, dads, people that are just working at home full time and trying to make a living doing this. This is incredibly powerful. It's called the 4 Ds. Delete, delegate, defer, and diminish. Delete is, if something is not useful to you today, delete it. If it's not useful to you today and the activity is not going to help you get to your desired destination, what you're working towards, delete it. If it's something that can be done or accomplished by somebody else, like folding the laundry or putting away the toys or taking the kids to the dentist, delegate it. Don't be afraid to delegate it if you can. like I said earlier, we're not Superman, women. We can't do everything. So even though we feel like it's our responsibility to get these things done, it's okay to delegate things to other people. The other thing was, what did I say? Diminish. Diminish is really, if something isn't to the extent and it's not in the extent and time is not in our favor in something, we might have to diminish it. It might have to move down on the importance of our priority list. And it's okay. We don't have to delete it, but we can kind of, change the priority of that. And there was one other thing that I said, diminish. Oh, defer. I'm sorry. I skipped defer. Defer is really if you're something that you can defer to a less busy time or a less busy season. So you had to put up the Christmas lights at Christmas time. You had to do the decorating for Hanukkah. You can't defer that after the season. You have to do it before. But if there's something that you can put off, defer it. Use that as part of your time management 4Ds. Delete, delegate, defer, and diminish. And then I think there was one other thing I wanted to share with you. Oh, there were a couple of other things I wanted to share with you. If you are working a lot of time on the computer, make sure, or at work or whatever, take the time to get up and walk away. Walk away, take a walk, get some air. I found myself sitting for 12, 14, 16 hours a day. And it was not healthy. So if you can take the time just to go and recharge yourself and not feel guilty about it, that would be a really, really good thing to do. Walk away from your workstation, your computer, your desk, and for 5 or 10 minutes every hour, hour and a half. That would be very, very helpful, and it will help you keep moving. It will help you be more productive when you do sit back down. And really kind of when you're planning your schedule, when you're scheduling your work time or your dream building time, set some hours for yourself. Try to fix hours according to your work schedule. To say, if your schedule is fairly similar every day for your job, set hours for yourself. If you're just working from home, set hours for yourself. Try to adhere to those hours because it's so easy to get knocked off, to get distracted. And then the last thing I think was just the technology, to be able to use technology in your favor, whether it's apps on your phone, like I said earlier, or Google Calendar or whatever. There are software programs that will help you stay on track too. So don't be afraid to use some of these things. One of the greatest things is within the accountability course is that accountability. But we have to hold ourselves accountable when it comes to paying our bills, right? Going to doctor appointments, right? Going to our jobs. We have to be able to hold ourselves accountable for that. This is no different. This is your dream. This is learning to stay focused on building your desires for your dream life. And if we're not staying on track for that and not being accountable to ourselves for that, find an accountability buddy. Find somebody that you can talk to. I know I talk to Janessa a lot. So Janessa kind of keeps me in line. I think we do that for each other. Yeah, we crack the whip on each other. It's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What have you done towards building your dreams or getting to that next level with your business? So I hope that was helpful. Does anybody have anything to add or questions or anything that we can address? No? Ola, you don't have any questions? We just spent quite a bit of time together talking, so we might have questioned you out. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm going to unmute you because we couldn't hear you, Ola. What did you say?
I said, yeah, you have. I asked many questions before.
Well, that's why we're here. That's why we're here. Anybody else want to add anything or say anything? Janessa.
Did you go over fear?
Fear. No, I don't think I did. I think I said it, but I never talked about it. You know, fear is a limiting belief, right? I think a lot of us we're fearful of something. For me, it mattered a lot of what other people thought. So I was afraid to be successful or tell anybody what I was trying to do, because what if I failed? What if they thought, you can't do it. I told you couldn't do it. I told you this would never work. And what if they were going to be right? I had to not care what other people thought. 98% of the things I was fearful of never happened. So think about that, the things that you're fearful of. If you can just learn to step up, like Patricia did. She stepped up and she started doing her Facebook Lives. Yes, thank you. When Patricia started doing her Facebook Lives with her face on the screen, even though she didn't want to do them, that was something it was a fear that was holding her back. Look what has happened because she faced that fear. She just stood it straight in the eyes and she said, I'm going to do it anyway. I think it was Patricia who posted today. Just face that fear and do it. Was that what you posted today in our group, Patricia? Do it anyway. Something like that. Yeah. So, and that blew me away that it came from Patricia. So that just shows me how much growth that she's had. And that really, really excites me. But fear, do you want to talk about fear, Janessa? Do you have something that you're fearful of?
I think you kind of touched on it. Like I'm scared of, going into the dog business and not making it work. Or that, like you said, everybody's going to come to me and, I told you so, this isn't going to happen for you, and those kind of things. So it's always something that, I do my morning ritual and put on that armor so that, I can keep going and, I'm always having those limiting beliefs. But if I'm, keep working on myself every day, that, it's getting a little easier every single day that I can be able to achieve this. So.
Right, and we're not all going to have all of these things. Not all of us are going to be fearful of doing Facebook Lives. Not all of us are going to have the same limiting beliefs. Not all of us are going to be afraid to fail, right? We're all different. We all have different strengths and weaknesses. But each one of us, if we can face those and kind of just really step up to it, and make yourself as big as you can in its face. Do whatever you have to do to just get in its face and push through it. That's where your growth is going to come. And it doesn't matter what it is that you're doing. That's where your growth is going to come from. So, I don't know what that's all about. I can't find the famous iCal on my phone. Okay, I'll come back to that later because I don't think that has anything to do with us, right? Oh, the calendar on your phone. Okay, all right. I was having a severe blonde moment there for a second. Yeah, just look at your apps. What's on there? There's a lot of free apps you can download, scheduling apps, things like that. And it doesn't matter if you have an Android smartphone or an iPhone. They're all out there for you. So, let's see. Anything else? Did I skip over any others? Does anybody have anything that they want to discuss that you might feel like might be holding you back from moving forward with your business or what it is that you're doing, you're building? Anyone? Anything that maybe we hadn't touched on? No? I know we had a good list, a pretty good list there. So.
If I can just really quickly interject, and I know a lot of it is, we're kind of panicking about things and stuff like that. I also look back at what Robert has been pointing out, especially in the last few presentations. You just take things at your own pace. I'm guilty, and Lord grant me the patience, but I want it now. Very guilty with that. And there are things that, there's a lot of things that I still have to do and put together with my six-figure master presentation, as well as trying to take care of other things that are considered essential for the day. And, it's always nice to think that we are super people, but we're not. And I agree with what Melody was saying. We only have certain hours in the day to get things done. And just, it's a matter of sitting down and prioritizing how much can you get done. Compartmentalize, I guess, is a good word too, given what you currently have. And I think that what you say is great, Melody, with the what do you do during the 48 hours? And then what do you have free time? What can you maybe do less of to increase more of that free time? And it's, I believe, and I'm going through that today. In addition to everything else that just happens to pop up at the same time, during that day when it's like, okay, I got this plan, oh no, now I got this coming in. So yeah. It's it's a constant thing, and I agree with what you're saying. Prioritize it, and take a look at it. Don't panic over it. Just take a look at it and how to resolve it.
Right. If we can become solution finders, right? Become solution finders. And I want to address something that Craig just reminded me that I wanted to share and I totally forgot, was I also set time aside for those unexpected things that might happen. Oh, okay, I got to go get a flat tire fixed, or I got to whatever, right? Those unexpected things. Or I've got to, talk to this person on the phone that's having a meltdown, or those, leave time for those things. Now, when I leave that block of time for those things, I'll just tell those people or take care of those items during that time, so I don't feel like I'm losing time for something else. Right. Another thing too is Robert talks about it as batch tasking. It's basically multitasking. And he was sharing that if he needs to sit in the sun when he wasn't feeling it, he needed to sit in the sun for 20 minutes. Well, he did something else at the same time. He would listen to his meditation, or he would listen to his personal development at the same time. Like Janessa, I look at Janessa here with the baby in her arms. Now, I know that happens all through the day, but Janessa can be reading her personal or listening to her personal development while she's got the baby in her arms sleeping. That's batch tasking, putting multiple things together. So, learning to really kind of life hack a lot of those things that we do need to do. How can we do them smarter? I'll give you an example. It's a really lame example, I'm sorry, but I just found out that this is not a common thing for people to realize. Maybe, I don't know. So I live on 2 stories, upstairs and downstairs. When something has to go downstairs, I put it by the stairs. So when I go down, it goes down with me. I don't have to make extra trips up and down, right? I have a basket at the bottom of my stairs for things that need to go up, a little stair basket. So it's doing things smarter, making the most use of our time. without wearing ourselves out or just being lazy, if you want to look at it that way. But, you know, it's doing things. If you're going a certain direction, take what needs to go with you. If you're going to sit in a doctor's office and might have to wait for an hour, take your book, your personal development with you. Take your audios with you. Take with your earbuds. Do things as listen to as you're driving. Think about how much time do you spend on listening to television or watching television, watching movies. It doesn't mean that we can never watch television or watch or movies, but I just figure the more time that I put in, the more good stuff I put in, the nutrition to feed what I need here, that's going to make me stronger, that's going to give me more success, the more I'm willing to take out. So, thank you, Craig. Thank you very, very much. Okay, guys, does anybody else have anything to add? I'm going to ask for wins.
Oh.
Go ahead, Janessa.
Oh, I was going to say wins, but yeah, you got it. So.
Okay, so you go ahead and start it off with your win.
My win, I scheduled my first dog training session on Friday.
Yay! Awesome. You're going to be able to put all that training that you've done and all that knowledge that and education you've gained over the years and put that into action, into something you love. And that just gives me, I've got goosebumps just hearing that. So thank you. So excited for you. Anybody else want to share a win? Craig.
Well, last night we had the first rehearsal for Wizard of Oz, and it's exciting. In fact, we rehearsed the one song that I'll be doing, which is Merry Old Land of Oz, and it's fun to see everything come together, even after the first rehearsal. So I was up there and did a little bit of the dancing. I'm going to say that I am dancing challenged when it comes to say, okay, do this quick step and do that name step and this name step. But the nice thing is that they say that I told them, you show me what you need to do and I will do it. And they were very good about that. And it was pretty simple. So that was really nice. So we broke ground on the first part of Wizard of Oz, and it felt good. It really.
That's so awesome. So awesome.
And the other thing is I'm working very quickly on my six-figure master effective presentation. Things are starting to roll off more and more, which is really awesome. And so it's starting to flow. Sometimes, and Valerie, I'm gonna, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna bring it to you. Sometimes it just takes the time to get the groove. Don't fight it. Just let it happen. And sometimes it just takes baby steps. And and that's exactly, honestly, because I was trying to figure out how I was going to do this presentation. And then all of a sudden, while I'm just kind of going over in my head over and over a couple of times, it starts to come together. So it's going to come.
Yeah, and I can't tell you, I even had certain blocks. It was so much easier for me to think about others and what their presentation or their mission statement or their hooks or any of those things. It was so much easier for me to think of others than it was for me. I was having a serious block, and I've shared it with several of you. And then all of a sudden something clicks. And that clarity happens, and that the creative juices start flowing. And for me, it was going to get a massage. You know, I just have to go get a massage every day. Oh, well. But that's when I get creative. That's when things start happening. Yeah, I can do the visualizations. I can see my presentation. I can see the things that I want to achieve. And I started doing that, like 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I used to think, Craig, and you were there, when people would ask me to come up and share my story. And oh my gosh, it made me so sick to my stomach. But we would go for massages. We were going for massages at least once a week back then. And it was during that time that I would think about I need to, what am I going to say? And actually visualize it, visualizing it happen, which made it so where I wasn't puking in front of everybody, but I still wanted to. But, it just kind of helped with the nerves. But to be able to, those visualizations are so important. And for me, I think even more as important as putting on that armor with your morning ritual every day. Putting on your armor, using the power of words, the thoughts that you have, those words that you're thinking, that self-talk. So important. So
and Melody is so right, because I did see her do that. She was very, very shy. And boy, what a blossom that we are seeing today. I'm blown away. I'm amazed. And you deserve everything, Melody, that you have done. And it's because of that she finally was able to see what it is she wanted down the road. I'm sorry, I don't mean to get on a pedestal too much, but that 6-phase meditation is so good when it comes to seeing yourself down the road, not just today, but 3 years down the road, and continually going over and over and over and over all of that.
Yeah. Thank you, Valerie. I'm trying to post a response to you there. Very sweet. I can't wait for you to be standing in front of thousands of people and inspiring them. You're going to do that. I'm going to be in that audience cheering you on, sweetie. Absolutely. Well, I really want to thank everybody for being here. It looks like Janessa popped off, so I'm going to go ahead and close this out if we don't have anybody that wants to say anything. Yes. Just believe in yourself. Oh, Toby, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's okay. I disappeared, I guess. But yeah, my win is this week. I think it was on Sunday. I kind of took time and said, hey, what do I want to accomplish this week? And part of it was exercising every day. And so I got out of that rut. I started exercising every day. And then also, hey, what I want to accomplish in this course and what I want to accomplish. So, I just kind of had a week. What do I want to accomplish this week? Or set the routines up, and that really helped out. It just makes you feel a lot better physically, as well as in your head. You just it's a good feeling. So the routine in the morning and all that.
So proud of you. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Ola, do you have a win you'd like to share with us? Let me unmute you.
Yes, hiring you. That's a big win.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so proud of you plugging in and just, learn to face those fears. I had so many fears in the beginning, and I had to step up to them, learn to manage my time, learn to get that clarity in what it is that I wanted. And, I'm going to give you a big tip here for all of you that are here with us or maybe seeing this later. It wasn't until I stopped worrying about the money that I saw the money. I wasn't focused on people and credit cards and anything like that. I got to the point where I just knew I needed to work on me, my mindset, my skills. Everything in me needed to change, to grow, to become the best version of me. It wasn't until I stopped looking at people as a credit card that I saw any money at all. So focus on what it is that you dream of. Ola, you want to inspire and mentor and coach people. You want to help them in their businesses. Focus on that. Visualize yourself doing that. Yes. Visualize how you're going to change people's lives. Because I know it's really hard when we need to make money, that's all we focus on. But it's really interesting for me that Robert had asked me one day, he checks in every once in a while, how much did you make this month, right? And it was really interesting for me that I couldn't tell him. But before, I could tell him every penny I had when I was broke. But I had to actually go in and look up how much money I made, because I wasn't focused on the money anymore. I wasn't thinking about that anymore. So, big win. Thank you, Ola. Patricia, do you have a win you'd like to share?
I don't know. I have the same win as 3 weeks before.
You know what? That's okay, because this is a huge win. This is a huge task you've taken. I can't even imagine. And I was thinking about you earlier, and I was thinking, when you launched this product that you've been working on for quite a while now, and all the frustration and anxiety and hard work that you put into it, anything you do after this big thing is going to be so much easier.
Well, today I hope Toby doesn't mind if I say it. Well, I bought Tully's course of the Science of Getting Rich, so
it's an excellent course. Wise woman you are. Okay. Yeah, so can you share with everybody kind of why you thought you would like to purchase Toby's course?
Well, because first of all, it has to do with the Christian perspective, which I am more comfortable with. So that's why I wanted to see what he did. And obviously I will emulate him. And I will do it in my mother tongue. Obviously, that's the reason.
Well, I'm excited for you to be able to go through Toby's course. And I've seen Toby's videos. I know they're spectacular. He did a really great job with that. And yeah, Toby is a great role model, correct, Greg?
Yes.
I totally agree with you. So yay, big win. Chelsea, do you have any wins you'd like to share? I know you're not feeling good, sweetie.
Hi. Mine's kind of weird. I'm really big on, like, you have dreams, like when you actually sleep and you dream, that you should pay attention to them, because it's usually like your subconscious talking to you. And last night I had a dream. I was back in school and I had done my 6-figure marketer presentation. I had it written up like a speech, and my teacher gave me a 33.09% on it. And I was like, man, this is the greatest speech I've ever written, and I failed it. And I was like, that's just weird, because I don't feel like that's right. Well, then, I've slept all day because I've been sick. Well, when I went back to sleep, I had a dream, and everything that kept, like, the only word that kept popping out in this dream was the word conversion. So then when I woke up, I felt like, hey, a 33.09% is perfect if it's my conversion rate on the presentation. So while I was listening to you guys, I was taking notes, but I also started adjusting my presentation a little differently to be more feel-based than thought-based, like I have been doing. So I feel like that's kind of a win for me.
That's a big win, and it's a big win for me to have you here today, because I know you and Patricia haven't been feeling good today, and you took the time to be here with us anyway, so I want to thank you guys for that, and for all of you to stop by. I think we lost Valerie and a couple of others. So if you're watching the replay of this, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to help you with your limiting beliefs, help you with your time management, help you with those fears, and get the clarity you need to have the success that you want. And let's just work on consistency. We can give you some tools for that. I would love to help you with that. Don't ever hesitate to reach out to me personally. I love and appreciate all of you. Janessa, do you want to close this out since you are our hostess with the mostest today?
I just wanted to ask you what your win was.
My win, I've got so many wins. Short version, Robert put out the perfect student email to everybody in his email list. And that was a huge win. In fact, it was very surprising for me because I literally just came home from the hospital and recorded that video real quick for Patricia and for a couple of the others to share. And I never shared it with Robert. I was not going to put it out there. In fact, if you look on my YouTube channel, it's actually marked as unlisted. It's not even public. So for reasons of my own, but I haven't, and another win is I haven't advertised my course, and I continue to have people hitting me up for the course. Not one advertisement, guy. Not one. And everybody wants to take the course. So big win, big win. And all of you, be able to spend time watching you learn and grow and become the best versions of yourself, and realizing that you can do whatever it is that you want to do with your life. That's a huge win for me. So thank you. Thank you for letting me be part of your journey. I love and appreciate all of you. Janessa, did you have a quote or anything you wanted to share? You do?
Yeah. So being on the ball, my quote was about struggles. And what it was struggles are required in order to survive in life. Because in order to stand up, you got to know what it feels like to fall down.
That's right. Just keep getting up, guys. Keep pushing forward. That's excellent. Thank you so much. Love and appreciate all of you. I'll be posting the replay in a little bit for anybody that's missed this call live. I'll see you on the next call. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.